All right, so that's really, really cool stuff. I think that's a a fantastic feature, and I hope it goes without saying how important that is, and how powerful it is, and how you don't have that inertia or that piece of friction now. When you're building, what we would call a proper enterprise project. Key custody is one of the utmost concerns. All right, so hop back to our dashboard here. We have all of our fund monitoring and metrics. And what we want to do now is we want to go ahead and create some digital assets. We want to create some tokens. And Kaleido makes it very, very easy for you to create both fungible ERC20 tokens or non-fungible tokens, ERC721s, or if you have some custom code, if you've gone into OpenZeppelin and you've done, created your own bespoke module with all your dependencies, you can very easily upload that to Kaleido the same way we just did that project management, and Kaleido will compile that and give you the exact same token experience. So I'm going to create a new token, and I'm going to go pretty much through the same flow that we just went. Kaleido is going to give us all of these interfaces and all of these contract projects to create tokens. But this is one of the features I really wanted to showcase here is, very, very easy interfacing with all of the addresses that are available on the network. As long as it's not an externally managed, private key and private address, if you've taught Kaleido about, your Ethereum account, it's going to be available, for you to use if it's your account, or for you to transfer to or interact with if it's a counterparty. So in this scenario, we see here that, I wouldn't be able to sign with organization XYZ if that wasn't my organization, if that wasn't my account. But when I'm going to do a transfer, I would very easily, have access to this address right here. I wouldn't have to do a reverse lookup or, out of band communication. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to instantiate an ERC, a fungible token smart contract with my Cloud HSM wallet with that private key. So we'll select that guy right there, the 3 zeros, and go ahead and click create token. And what I'll do is I'll use the Kaleido token factory. Optionally, we could also, like I said, import from GitHub, or we could upload, some raw source code, or even pre-compiled source code, bytecode in that ABI. I'm going to go with the happy path here and just do the token factory. So go ahead and click next, choose the membership you want to bind the compilation to, and now choose the template. So we see that we have, just, vanilla ERC20, and then we have ERC20 with different characteristics: burnable, mintable, pausable, or mintable, burnable. I'm going to go with the mintable, burnable flavor. And all of this source code is public as well here too, right? We're showing you the public path to a public GitHub where this source code lives. So we can literally see, exactly what's being uploaded into Kaleido. Go into contract templates on Kaleido.io, ERC20, ERC20 mintable, burnable, and now we can see the dependencies and all of the parameters that are available. And again, just go ahead and click next. And this is going to go ahead and create that compilation, which we can then instantiate on the network, giving it some configs to those different parameters. Namely, we need to give it a name, we need to give it a symbol, we need to enumerate the decimals, and we need to give it an initial value. But what we'll see here is when we instantiate this guy, and I'll give it some, arbitrary integer for the total supply, inside of the Cloud HSM wallet, we'll be able to see the existence of those tokens. So I could just call these like loyalty points, right? Something as an example of fungible tokens, give it a symbol of loyal. Maybe we'll do, 1,000 for the total supply, and then choose your decimals. I'll just do 18 so that it's a huge, huge number. And now we can deploy that token instance, and we'll be able to see the existence of all of those tokens inside of our Cloud HSM wallet. And then we can use all of our token explorers and data and metrics utilities inside of Kaleido to see all of the transactions that have taken place in the scope of tokenization, or within the scope of specific smart contracts, token smart contracts. So we can click finish, and now we kind of have the exact same flow as we did with simple storage, right? We see that we have, a gateway API, a definition of the methods inside of this smart contract, and now we have an instantiation, an instance of it here as well. So if we go back to our gateway APIs, we actually see two, right? We see simple storage, which I just created and signed with the Cloud HSM, and now we see this guy where we attributed the initial total supply to our Cloud HSM wallet as well. So if we go down into key management again, into our Cloud HSM wallet service, we go ahead and view the wallet, and we click on the address, give it a quick refresh, And we should see the existence of all of those loyalty points that we just created. So an enormous string, right? I did 1,000 with 18 decimals. So this is an absurdly large number. But now if we go back into our token experience, we'll see how easy it is to act and to sign on behalf of this Cloud HSM wallet and to transfer those to other organizations inside of our network. And again, as I told you, we're going to see all of the transactions available that use this private key to sign on Kaleido. So this was the simple storage deployment, and this was the instantiation of that loyalty token smart contract right here, our two transactions. And we can pop into these and dig as deeply as we want. Okay, so hopping back to the environment, let's go back down to our digital assets. We can click on our dashboard. We can see all our tokens. We're concerned with this guy right here. And again, we need to select the signing account. So if I select this guy or this guy, nothing would be available to me because they don't have any balance. But if I go ahead and select the Cloud HSM wallet, I see that I can do all sorts of fun things. I can transfer, I can mint, or I can burn, right? Those are the characteristics that we gave to that smart contract. So I can go ahead and transfer some to, another entity, another wallet inside of Kaleido. We can give them 1,000, for example. And then again, using our address book feature right here, we're going to have a very clean view of all of the other accounts that are available inside of Kaleido. So this is the owner, obviously. We don't really want to give it to him. He belongs to the same organization as this guy, so we don't want to give it to him. But let's go ahead and give 1,000 tokens to our other membership inside of the network, and we can just use the default account on their node. So go ahead and select that, and then you can click transfer. And again, everything I'm doing, there's an API behind it. So we're looking at all these fancy dashboards, and we have all of these pretty pictures and easy functionality, but there is just a simple API behind it as well if you want to automate all these processes here. Okay, so that was successful. We transferred that token. We can go back to our data explorer here, and we see that we have our token explorer. We can look at the dashboard. We see the existence of one token. We see the latest transaction, the transfer of that token. We can view, all the transfers that have occurred. And you just have this rich suite of functionality to do, very high level monitoring or dig as low level or as granular as you want. But what we can also do is we can click on node number 2 right here, click on his wallet, pop in there, and we see that we gave him 1,000 tokens. So, okay, trying to be conscious of time. I don't see any questions that have come in. I think we covered a good bit of the functionality. One thing just to bear in mind is we could have taken the exact same approach, with the contract project management, and we could have directly, compiled this code, or we could have provided Kaleido, with the endpoint to this code, and it would have done the exact same thing as using our Kaleido token factory. So hopefully that was a good high-level walkthrough of how easy it is to use the Cloud HSM service, how easy it is to leverage that and integrate that into all of our token functionality, and then just showing you guys the address book, and again, how easy it is to select your own accounts for signing and transferring, but also to select counterparty accounts for pertinent actions as well.